Hello, Mr. Randy Duck, and we're back again for another video. This time we have two replays in the Tier 10 American Tech Tree Tank Destroyer, the E4. And the first replay we have for you is on Provence Encounter Battle, where there is one enemy artillery, one enemy fun police, and two enemy light tanks to deal with. If you want to see the equipment and crew setup I run in this tank, you can see that at the bottom of the screen as I speak. So we get unlucky there with that light tank, only damaging his wheels there, but he does at least get killed for that, so that's good. Good start to the game with one enemy light tank already out of the game, just leaving us with one left to deal with, which is the enemy vigilante. So Provence, I'm not a massive fan of the map. It can be a map more often than not which tends to be a little bit campy, just because the nature of the map design leads to that sort of play style, because you've got two big ridges either side of the map, and a lot of teams will just camp and just shoot across it, because you have to be careful when you're making pushes across one side, because you can just get shot from the other, and that leads to a sort of naturally leads to that sort of play style. So I never really felt like this map should ever be in higher tiers. It never used to be for that exact reason, but unfortunately it is in tier 10 higher tiers now, and that's just something which, well, I guess I have to deal with. So initially on this side we are going to push across onto the top of the ridge, but we get spotted by the vigilante. Thankfully for me, I wasn't quite side enough for him to pen, otherwise he could, the side arm on the E4 is not great, and if you shoot in between the tracks he could actually pen that, and when a vigilante can pen you, it can nuke you in about 2 seconds. So thankfully we've got away with that, and we've got to the position we wanted to be in with pretty much the most of our hit point pool. So we're in a strong position now. This enemy Death Star, if he does, he's in a tricky situation. If he moves forward, he's going to get shot by the tanks in front. If he doesn't, I'm going to kill him. So he's pretty much dead, and we managed to pick up our first kill of the game, putting us on to about 1,000 damage, a little bit of assistance and a kill. And you see we're keeping this rock here behind us, that blocks line of sight to the tanks on the other side of the hill. We're going to try and finish off this enemy heavy tank, which we do. Unfortunately we lose our friendly machine there. I think he gets shot in the rear by that vigilante, and obviously it doesn't have much armour in the rear, so it gets shut down very quickly indeed. But just a little bit unfortunate there. So decent start to this game, 2 kills, 1,000 damage, and a little bit of assistance, and a fairly even even Stevens on the teams at the moment. Enemy 10 versus 10 in fact. So I'm not too worried about being capped out. It's the encounter battle. It's awkward to camp out on Provence. A lot of people don't want to move from either side of the ridge. The middle zone's kind of a death zone. So I'm just going to be very careful and use this position here to try and get shots or anything get spotted on the other side, and use my small mini map here just because I wanted to know if anything's going to sneak up on me on the right, because got to be careful, because obviously if I get spotted I can get shot as well. So I'm using this building to my right, which kind of blocks line of sight from anything on the right hand side, allowing me to get shots at tanks like this, which get detected on the other side. So we're just waiting. Obviously when we fire there's a chance we're going to get spotted, so I want to make sure I'm going to hit a shot if I'm going to pull the trigger. So I didn't want to take a chancy shot there, which is probably unlikely to hit. I'm going to wait to see if I get a better opportunity. Unfortunately the heavy tank does get back into cover, and I haven't quite got that yet. So we do get detected, so immediately we're going to pull back and get behind this rock here. That is exactly because I don't want to get shot by the tanks on the other ridge, and that's something you have to be mindful when you're playing this position. I'm basically playing this position because anything on the right hand side I can detect and I can get shot. They can get shot at, as just happened by my friendly artillery. Enemy doesn't have an artillery anymore, that got taken out, which is good news for us. And this basically means, so for example, that tank destroyer in front of us, in theory he should be able to get shot at by our friendly artillery, and if I can just keep him spotted, I can pick up a bit of assistance there, which is happening. So I'm not going to over peak to shoot the tank destroyer, because I can get shot by the left hand of the side of the map, and that's basically what's going through my thought process here. Is it's always a very campy game on Provence, where, well, I say always, more times than not you have to be very patient. which is not always my strong point because I get a bit bored and I just want to play, you know. But I'm going to have to be in this one because I don't want to lose this position, because I'm basically keeping a lot of tanks spotted, and it's quite a strong position here because I can shoot either side of the ridge. With style I keep stuff detected. If stuff gets detected on the other side, I can get shots at. So it is a strong position right now, and it kind of denies the enemy team areas to play. So I definitely don't want to throw my tank away in this one. So we do get spotted, we get targeted again immediately. So you see, same thing, pull back, get behind this rock to keep myself protected. And once I've lost my spot, I can do the same thing. You know, the tank destroyer on my right, I may be able to get shots at if I'm lucky. But again, I'm not going to go overzealous for the shot. He's protected by buildings at the moment. So I'm just going to look for shots on the other side, like this enemy tank which gets spotted here. He loses his spot, I go for the blind shot. Unfortunately, it doesn't hit. Another day, you know, you might get a pen there. But, you know, we've still got all our hit points. You know, considering it's like we're getting sort of into the middle stages of the game, I haven't got a great deal of damage, but I know there's still a lot of hit points remaining. There's also quite a few tank destroyers which could take away my hit points quickly, so I've got to be careful. Action X does poke on the ridge, and we do manage to land a shot, putting us on to 2,000 damage for our fourth pen of the game. We get spotted, so we pull back again behind this rock to keep ourselves protected. And this time we're getting spotted because it looks like an enemy Sturv is pushed up. Now this is awkward for us because now I'm not going to be able to play that position because he's going to be able to keep spotting me. So I need to deal with that tank, but in my mind I'm thinking our friendly artillery should have shots. I don't think he won't have like an easy shot because he is protected by that house, but maybe if he can just splash him, then it might force him to get out of that position. So that's what I'm thinking right now. So I'm just going to keep him spotted and hope that happens. But you know, more of this is going on, he's not getting shot, and I'm thinking, well, maybe the artillery, you know, just can't hit him. So it means I'm going to have to probably try and deal with him, which is a little bit awkward because he's obviously going to be able to get a shot into me as I go up. Once I get up to try and put a shot in, he might be able to put another one in. So I'm probably going to have to try and bait a shot like that and now just put a shot in. He's going to put one into us here. You know, we're not going to be able to stop it, but what I need to do is aim my shot and make sure I hit it through his cupola, and then we've won the trade there quite comfortably. So again, he is now a one shot to us, and yeah, so I'm going to have to deal with that. I'm just going to see if I can get any more shots on this other side as our team advance a little bit closer. I thought they might spot the hill there, might proxy spot the hill, because it is a very, very close game. I mean, that part of it's fun, the fact that it is a close game. But what I want to do is bait the first shot so he doesn't pen me as I go up. I don't want him to put two into me. He does, he fires, he bounces at my turret. Now I can do the same thing again. I'm going to stop, aim my shot, let him shoot me. That's okay because we get the finishing kill and we get rid of the tank from that position. And we lose, you know, the minimum amount of hit points in order to kill the tank. So we're on 4,000 damage now, 3 kills, got 1,300 assistance and 800 damage, you know, hit points left. So we're in a good position. Enemy team have pushed across on this ridge now. They are going to start to spot targets. I probably could have got a shot into that tank destroyer there, which is a shame. I thought he was for some reason going to keep making that push and I'd have an easier shot. But he's done the right thing. He's stopped behind the rock and I don't actually have an easy shot at him now. I think the 3 tanks are on the other side, leaving just 1 tank destroyer to my right hand side. I'm not worried about that TD at the moment. If he wants to push me, it's going to make it easier for me to deal with him. And that's what I'm sort of waiting for. I'm not going to go for the push on that kill and risk getting shot in the side from the, you know, from the 3 remaining tanks on that side. I'm just going to do, you know, just be patient again. I feel I will get opportunities to shoot tanks shortly as my team start to push forward. They're going to keep the tanks spotted, and you'd like to think I would have more shots at them. Guerrilla does take out the enemy Vegetto, leaving just 2 tanks on this side now. One is the Action X, and I have a clean shot at the Action X, and we finish him off, picking up our 4th kill. Put us on to, what, I think just 4,000, sort of, oh, 200 odd damage, or I think now, so, oh no, 4,700 damage. So, yeah, having a decent game, and we're going to see if we can get a shot into that TD as he crosses. Almost, very, very close. It went a tiny bit too low to hit him, which was a shame. It would have been nice to pick up a chunk of hit points of that tank. We'll see though if we can finish off this tank destroyer here. We should be able to get a shot as he backs around. We don't roll high enough for the kill, but that does put us into 5,000 400 damage, and we're looking in a good position to win this game now. Obviously, it's still losable, so we do have to be careful. I could get taken out by that TD, am I right? I don't want that to happen. But he doesn't have a lot of hit points, and I guess at the moment I could overpoke and kill the TD, am I right? Because nothing can shoot me. But I really wanted to land a big shot into this tank destroyer while he's full health, and we do so, putting us under 6,300 damage now. And yeah, I'm just going to wait. The chieftain kills that TD on my right hand side, so it's just this one tank destroyer left, and we're just going to move forward now, see if we can get into a position which will give us easier shots at this tank destroyer as it tries to kill our friendly tank over that side. Hopefully we can pick up the kill. It's a shame I didn't wait like an extra second, and I could have actually had a better shot there and I would have killed him. So maybe I rushed that shot slightly. I thought he was going to get taken out, if I'm honest. But he's now going to make his advance probably to our artillery, and I'm just going to wait. We have won this game, really. We've got enough time to kill this tank, although it is in counter battle, so if he runs and hides, he might make it awkward for us. But we do in fact manage to get the shot through the gap, bring us then to replay number 1. So second replay is going to be a different type of replay. This one was quite a patient type of game, but it's just how we had to play it. We do though pick up the ace tanker and the high caliber, and that's the end for replay number 1. But one more replay to come, so let's move on to the final replay. Okay, so here we are for the final replay on Alamein, where we have 2 enemy artilleries and 2 enemy light tanks to deal with, and it is the standard battle type. So initially we are going to move up into sort of the middle of the ridge to try and get shots at anything which gets spotted crossing by our light tanks, well hopefully by our light tanks, and then just work out where the enemy team are playing. And then go from there, because at this point obviously we just don't have the info where the enemy team are going to go, so we're going to go pretty sort of centre mass, and then we can make our decision from there by what gets detected. So I guess the artillery could be a little bit of a problem for us, because being 2 of them can make life a little bit awkward. But our light tank does actually spot a couple of tanks early doors, and we may be able to get a couple of shots at these tanks. So we're heading that way. Unfortunately, I'm already aware the artillery has shots this side by that shell which went in. So I might have to use that rock, dead in front of me, that big sort of mound in front, to try and limit the shots the artillery has at me. I imagine they could still, pretending where they are, might be able to hit me when I'm behind it, but it would mean it'd be more likely that I'd have to splash me rather than full pen me. We get very fortunate with a shot into the Tiger 2 at the start of the game, which is nice. Artillery immediately starts to look at us, so we're trying to get behind this rock again to limit the shots which they have at us. But an enemy Rogo Dawn gets spotted in the middle of the map. I'm definitely going to try and shoot this tank. We have enough pen. The Rogo Dawn has really good armour, but with our high penetration on the E4 premium rounds, we go straight through the front. And now we're going to try and get a secondary shot in as he leaves. The enemy artillery does in fact shoot us blind though, again only splashes us, and it is going to be a little bit of a theme of this game of the artillery just, well, what it felt like just being focused by one of them, but that is just how it is. We may get shot at the Tran. Unfortunately we doesn't go true, and we have to get back into cover now because we have targets on our left hand side. We are in a position to shoot them. Obviously the artillery is looking to shoot us as well, which does in fact make our life a little bit awkward. Unfortunately that shell went into the building and not into our target, so we do have more opportunities to help our heavy tank. But it's awkward because I'm trying to stay safe from the artillery. I'm also aware, you see, just continuing shooting us here. Probably a good idea, I suppose, because I am about to shoot these tanks over here. We do finish off the enemy F3005, picking up our first kill of the game. And so far, we only really lost damage to the artillery, and he's locked in on us at the moment. But this enemy light tank, we can see exactly what he's going to do. He wants to come around and get behind us. I don't know if the T49 is running in the dirt, so I don't want that to happen. But we do put a big shot into him there, and he loses pretty much all of his tank to try and do that. So that's really a win to us. I'm expecting he should be getting shut down here, but if he doesn't, we'll finish him off now before he leaves, and that worked out quite nicely for us in the end. So Get rid of a light tank, pick up a second kill, put us on to 3,000, sort of 600-ish damage. And now we're going to try and help out our tank here against this IS-7. Unfortunately, it's just behind that building where I can't quite get the shot in. And unfortunately, our tank does get taken out, which is a shame. We do just put a big one into the IS-7, though. It puts him onto a one-shot. He then gets shut down by our artillery. Putting us on to 4,600 damage now and 2 kills. And I want to push over this side because I know that's where at least majority of the tanks have been spotted. And I want to try and get to the hit points to see if we can get some more damage out of this game. But as we make our advance, an enemy Turan gets spotted. He's a one-shot. Oh, God, I don't want to get slapped by a Turan. But thankfully, our shot goes in just in the nick of time. And his shot hits a building. Otherwise, we would have lost 1,000 hit points, which I could have done without. So yeah, it worked out quite well in the end then. Pick up our third kill, put some about 5,000 damage. And there is a chunk of hit points here for me to be able to, take here. First of which will be this enemy IS-3, which we put him onto a one-shot. He doesn't really have clean shots at us, to be honest, because we're just using this, the wreckage in front of us, a convenient wreckage to keep ourselves protected. Now we are going to poke up for the shot. He doesn't pen, we pick up the kill. Confirming our 4th kill, putting us on to just shy of 6,000 damage with 6 enemy tanks remaining, which I believe at least 3 of them are over this side. That waffle is pretty healthy. We could shoot the HE at him to load a lot of damage, but I don't know what else is this way. There is an enemy J-Panther. He's probably going to pen us, but we actually get away with not getting penned there. We do put one into him. Artillery again is looking to shoot us, but thankfully he doesn't get a direct hit. Only another splash. So far, yeah, although the artery has been looking to shoot us quite a lot, it's kind of worked out okay because most of his shots are kind of missed and not really done anything. So that's always a win because it means it's not taking damage off of your friendly team. Hopefully one of these tank destroyers may just give us a tiny shot. I mean, and look at this waffle just goes up a tiny amount. Might have a slim shot, but that was more of a hope than anything that I'd connect that shell. I'm being patient just because I know the second I go into the middle I'm probably going to get shot by the artillery, but now the light tank has spotted one of them, you would think that he's under pressure by that light tank, and that's going to be my window of opportunity to get closer to the damage, because some of these tanks over here are still very, very healthy. And one with 6,000 damage. Unfortunately, that shell doesn't go through there. I know it wasn't fully aimed, but I didn't have an opportunity. I couldn't let it aim any longer, otherwise it would have been into cover. I'm going to try and get a shot into the waffle now, even if it means I eat one for it. I want to land a big shot while he is healthy here. So we make sure we fully aim this shot. Yes, he does turn and RBV and snapshot me, but I wanted to aim the shot properly, otherwise it might have missed, and I didn't want that to happen. 7,000 damage now, and I think my next target is this Ragnar, who is full health, and I'm praying he stays that way. I'm hoping he doesn't get one bombed by the artillery, because I want the hit points. So I'm going to try and get a big shot into this, which put me closer to that 8,000 mark, and it does in fact do that. He can't clip me out here. He doesn't have enough to clip me out. It looks like he's on reload anyway now, and fingers crossed I might be able to pick up this kill, which would put us, just shy of 9,000 damage. Just one artillery left, and he gets shortly taken out. And that is the end of replay number 2. How do we finish that one off? We got just shy of 9,000 damage, I believe, with 5 kills and a little bit of assistance there to go with it, putting us on to the ace tanker and high caliber. So that's it for the video in the E4. Thank you so much for your amazing support. As always, happy tanking.
Enemy in sight. Hadouken!